Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to be making a bar sign. It's going to be double-sided and it's going to be lit up with blue light bulbs. So I'm going to show you what I have and how I plan on doing it. Okay, so first thing I ordered, actually I ordered it off of Amazon. Everything came from Amazon except for this I got from Home Depot, which is a 250 foot roll of lamp wire, which is way more than I need, but it was on sale. I think it was only like 30 bucks. So I just bought the big roll. Sure, I'll use it in the future. I got some black Behr spray paint, which I've never tried before, but it's for wood, metal, plastic, and more. It's paint and primer all in one. I'm gonna use that to paint the wood. And then I have screws in the bag here. And then these are the light bulb sockets, but I'll show you those afterwards. So I ordered these letters from Amazon, 2 sets of them, and let's put them on the floor here. I'll show you how I'm planning on setting it up. So that's what it's going to be like, going up and down. All right, and I'm going to take light bulbs, which are in these boxes here, these light bulbs. All right, and we're going to take them and drill holes in the letters and put bulbs, you know, 1, 2, 3, probably 4, maybe one there, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably 9 on the A, and we're going to do that around all the letters on both sides. And that's what this box is right here. These are the sockets for the light bulbs. So these are the individual sockets, and then you take that lamp cord and you push it into the back side here. There's 2 metal prongs that will dig into the wire when you push them in. And then there's a little, should be a little cap in here. Yep, there's a little cap in here that you put on after you slide the wire in there, and it holds the 2 together. What the heck are these for? Extras. Okay, but anyways, so first thing I need to do is make a wooden frame so that I can mount the BAR on both sides of the wooden frame. So what I planned to do was use these 1x4s, so it'll be a 4-inch thick sign, and we're going to make boxes for each letter. So basically I have to make, like for this R, I have to make a box like this, you know, that comes straight around. Probably have to notch it right here. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy to do, but we're going to get it done. It's only 3 boxes. And then what I'm going to do is the leftover piece of long, if might have to get another one, I don't know, but the leftover piece is going to go a little bit past the letter so that I can mount it to the wall. Now, I bought primered because I figured then the black paint will go over it really fast rather than just bare pine. So let me get the saw set up, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to make these boxes. Just going to brad them together with the brad gun, maybe a little bit of wood carpenter glue. Nothing crazy. We're not walking on this. We're not doing anything heavy with it. It's going to hang on the wall. We don't want it to fall apart, so I'm going to use a little bit of carpenter's glue and just a brad gun. That's all I should need. And then drilling these holes in the metal are going to take time because I want to make sure that they're placed nice and evenly. But what I was thinking is I should be able to technically drill through them both at the same time. Maybe, maybe not. Nope, they're different. Okay, so I'll have to do them individually. So when they cut them, they just cut them anywhere out of the sheet. They didn't do them all the same. But these are about 20 inches tall. So you're looking at 20, 40, 60 inches plus a little spacing. Probably about a 65-inch tall sign, which is actually pretty big. So it should look really cool, I think, with the blue light bulbs on it on both sides, and it's gonna light up. So let me get the saw set up. Let's try to make the first box for let's do the B first. That's probably gonna be, the B and the R are gonna be the hardest, the A is not gonna be too bad. So let me set up here and I'll be right back. I wanna show you something else I found yesterday too, real quick. I found this 20 minutes from my house. I paid 20 bucks for this sign, and it's all beat up and needs fixed. But you see how this is all nicotine stained plexiglass. So I actually broke a piece of it off just to see, and the artwork underneath it is actually really nice. So I ordered a new piece of plexiglass. I just ordered it off eBay, and it's coming already cut to size, so I don't even have to dick with cutting it. So anyways, so the new piece of clear Lexan's gonna go over top. So basically, when you plug it in, this will light up where the gauges are, and then there's an actual working radio with the speaker, and this clock works as well. So when I got it, I got the clock to work. That's just battery operated. The radio was not working. You can see here the back's not on it. I was actually messing with it. But see all the radio components and everything in there? I managed to get the radio to work yesterday. So I have all the light bulbs working, and the radio and the clock. So what I need to do now is, when the plexiglass comes, I need to pull this frame off. I'm gonna clean it up, sand it, and repaint it black. I'll probably just use that bare paint again. And then we will put this back together with the new piece of plexiglass, or Lexan, whatever. I think I ordered Lexan over top of it, and it's a pretty cool little sign. I've never seen anything like it with an actual working radio in it. And these light up, and the radio face lights up, which I'm gonna have to see if I can get this nicotine off of this, because that's plastic and it is sticky. So this must have went in a bar or maybe a car dealership back in the day, and it just got, you know, when everybody used to smoke everywhere, and it just got filled with nicotine. Could have been in somebody's house too, really. I don't know. I don't know where it came from, other than I only paid 20 bucks for it. So I thought it was definitely worth 20 bucks. So, all right, I'm gonna get my saw set up, and we're gonna start cutting this wood. Okay, I'm gonna do the first one on camera. I am just set up on the floor here, because I think it's just gonna be easier to sit on the floor and build these little boxes rather than setting up a table and everything else. Just sometimes it's easier to just use the floor as my workbench and build these boxes. So we're gonna make the B box first, okay? Now, I'm not gonna go across the center of the B. I don't think I need to. On any of the letters, the more I think about it, because then it'll be harder to run the wires. But anyways, what I'm going to do is build the box for the B. After we're done with that one, I'm going to do the other two off camera, and then I'll come back, we'll fasten the three together, and then we can paint the box with the spray paint. And while that's drying, I could be working on drilling the holes into the letters for the light bulbs. And we're probably going to have to hot glue the light bulbs, the socket, into the metal. So let's start with, let's make the first piece here. And we want the metal to overhang the box a little bit. So let's go 16 inches. These letters are only 18 inches. I thought I bought 20-inch letters. That's what the ad said. But apparently I got 18. So let's start with a 16-inch piece. That'll give us a 1-inch overhang on the top and bottom. So I grab my goggles, safety glasses. So that's going to go there. I think it's going to take longer for me to drill the holes and put the bulbs and the wiring in than it's going to be to build the boxes. So let's go 8 inches, 2 8-inch pieces, I think. That's a little different size. Yeah, I think we can make 2 8-inch pieces. 5" and a 6½. And then we just need to make a little V. Just because I want to keep these wood pieces out farther, because my bulbs I want to center, and if I just bring this in here and run a straight box, I'm not going to be able to fit the bulb socket in there. So technically now we can glue and nail a couple of these pieces together and get it ready for the V pieces after we glue this stuff together. I'm using 1.5" long brads out of my brad gun. Missed. And we're not going for perfection here. It's going to be painted black and you're never going to see it. Okay, this one, smaller one on top. My glue is a little bit runny because it was in the van and it's like really hot out. Okay. Now we just need to make that V part. I'm cutting these at a 45. This one's not long enough. Look at that, lucky guess. Good enough. So that's it. Once the letter goes over it, you're not really going to see that much. It's all going to be black under there anyways. And that's going to give us our room to put our sockets and our wiring in there and everything else. And like I said, I'm not too worried about in there. You'll be able to see through the sign, but once the lights are on, I don't think you're really going to be able to see through it. So now I'm going to go ahead and make the other two, and then we'll come back and get them all fastened together and everything. Okay, I've got all three made. Really didn't take that long. Maybe 20 minutes at the top at most. So now we need to figure out our spacing, and then we need to attach it to another board, which shouldn't be too bad. Got a pretty good idea how to do it. So basically what I'm thinking is I'm going to add a second piece of wood to the R and the B. Okay. Now I want to see what my spacing is going to look like. The A will be the hardest to attach, but we will get it. Okay, That looks pretty good. It's obviously crooked right now, but that's fine. Straighten that out in a minute. So now I want to go past it on the top and bottom so that I can get some screws in the wall, and I'll probably put a screw in the middle too afterwards. This isn't getting mounted until the shop's done. Once again, I'm just trying to get more stuff done before that time comes so that when the shop gets built, finished, I can just have all this stuff ready and just hang it up. I don't have to sit around and build a bunch of stuff. Okay, so this is going to mount to there. Like I said, the A is going to be the hardest to figure out. I just want to kind of leave these letters where they're at right now. I want to get an even measurement here. It's about 3 inches. About 3 1/4, so okay, right close. 3 1/8. Okay, we're gonna go down 3 1/8 from the top and bottom. Okay, so now we can turn the V and the R up on end and get these glued and nailed. I don't think I'll need anything more than just nails. I could put it, maybe I will put a screw or two just to be on the safe side, but once this glue sets up, it really shouldn't go anywhere. And it's not, this stuff doesn't weigh a lot. Okay. Now we need to fasten the A, evenly space it, and what we're probably going to have to do is we're going to have to make 2 pieces of wood that go from the A to this wall, A to here. Maybe we'll do 3 just to make sure it's extra sturdy. 2 1/4, almost 2 1/4 right there, so right about there. Okay, so now, and maybe we'll fasten it here and here and there to be black behind it so you're not going to really see it. So I need to figure out this angle, and we're just going to eyeball it. Move it down so I can get my nail gun in there. Too much of an angle. I think I moved it. Still a little too much. About 10 degrees. So I have a 10 degree already cut on this one. Actually, I don't need to do that one there. I could put a block of wood right here and have the A touch it because it'll be the same distance as that. So I'll do that instead. That's actually pretty darn sturdy. I don't think that's really going to go anywhere. Okay. So let's see what it looks like with the letters on it now. So that piece of wood's going to stick out past the letter, which I'm fine with. I did that because of the A. I knew that the A would be a little bit weird. Okay, so there we have that. So now I can, that A is crooked. I can, it's probably always going to be a little weird looking. Spray paint this wood piece. I'm just going to do it outside on this garbage can. I'll spray paint this black, and then after I get done with that, we're going to come back and we're going to start drilling holes in these letters for the light sockets. But as you can see how I'm doing this, both sides are going to have the BAR with light bulbs, and then it's just going to mount on the wall as a double-sided sign. I think it's going to look pretty darn good. Once that white is painted black, I think it's going to kind of blend in nicely. So let me get that painted and then I'll be back. You guys see the spray paint. This stuff's awesome. This came from Home Depot. This stuff sprays really quick and covers really, really good. But I mean, watch this. I'd imagine 2 coats would be more than enough. And it says it dries within a half an hour. I don't have my mask on. I'm outside. I don't really smell much of it at all. I'll have to flip it over and spray the other side. But I just wanted you guys to see how quick this stuff covers. It's crazy. It's like almost like it's almost like latex paint in a way of how it covers real quick. I don't think I'm gonna do a second coat on this side. I think I'll just make sure I got it all. Just get my light, and then once this dries, I'll flip it over and hit the other side, and it's done. So I'm gonna finish spray painting. I'm gonna get my little light here, make sure I got all the spots, and then I'm going to get set up so we can start drilling holes for the light bulbs. Okay, let's see if we can't get the spacing we want on these letters. I'm gonna make this a 2-part video just so that I can let that frame dry overnight. So basically, I just want to get the holes drilled in this tonight. I'll just do one on camera, and then the rest of them I'll do off camera. And then tomorrow we'll put the light sockets in and mount the tin to the metal wood frame, and then wire it and light it up. See what it looks like. So if we have 18 inches here, we probably want to start my first valve at 1.5 inches. I'm trying to see, this is 4 3/4. So 4 3/4 wide. Half of that would be 2 3/8. So we'll come over 2 3/8 roughly. Let's just, yep, that is actually right dead smack in the center of that rib on this one. That doesn't mean it's going to be like that on the next letter. So 1.5. So there's 2 bulbs there. Trying to figure out what kind of spacing do I want to do. Probably 4 inches maybe, somewhere in that area. I don't want them to be too close, but not too far apart either. I don't want to just put 3 on the one side, so it'll look kind of goofy. So right now we have about 15 inches. So 15 inches, if we divide that by 3 bulbs in the middle, which would be 5 inches apart, 1, 10, 15. I don't want to do that. So 15 divided by 4. So if every 4 inches apart, if I put 3 bulbs, 4, 8, 12. So it's got to be less than 4. 3 3/4. Let's see what 3 3/4 works out to be. I'm doing quick math here. I'm not going to write down a bunch of numbers. Just want to try to get it in the ballpark. Yep, 3 3/4. Okay, so 3 3/4 spacing. That gives us 5 bulbs on this side of the V. I have 100 bulbs and 100 sockets, so hopefully I bought enough. So this actually works out good because that puts this bulb, we could put smack dab in the middle of there. And then we will put another one right here. And another one right in the middle here. Okay, then I'm just going to come over. Actually, I need to move that over. Let's evenly space it this way too. Six inches, so 3 inches right here. Right here. And then this doesn't have to be perfect. We're just trying to, you know, make it look cool. So some of it's going to be by eye. And I can just line it up with the next one by eye. Okay, I think that looks good. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 per bead. Oh boy, that's 26. Let's see what the R is like. We're going to do 5 down the R. And we can basically just hold this B against it. And the B and the R are the same, so I know that this rib is the middle right here. So just eyeball it across. Looks like we're gonna have the same amount on the B and the R. They're pretty much identical. One less bulb on the R. Okay, so what did I say I had on this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there's 12. 13 and 12 is 25. So 25 and 25 is 50. Should be fine. We still have 50 left, and we only have the A left to figure out here. And these are going to have to go on an angle, but we're going to go 1.5 like we did the other one. 1.5 down from the top. And 3 3/4 spacing. Hear the crickets and the frogs tonight. Toads, frogs, whatever they are. Okay, then each A has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 and 11 is 22, so we're at 50, 60, 72 bulbs. Perfect. That leaves us with 28 bulbs left over and sockets in case I ever need to replace the bulbs. I'll have matching bulbs. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a pilot hole with this smaller bit. Hopefully. And I put this cardboard down because I figured it'd be easier to just let the drill go into the cardboard box. Let's see here. How wide of a, that's a pretty big hole. So we might be using a step drill bit here to put this in. Yeah, can't see the number on it. So I'm going to put a black marker on the bit where I want to stop at. That'll help you determine the same depth on all your holes. So let's try one, see what the socket looks like. Go bigger. Ooh, that's perfect. Let's see where that goes to. I'm putting a marker on the step bit up on top of where I'm stopping so that I don't wear it off. So I know that when I get up to the black line, that's where I need to stop. We'll do one more hole just to make sure. And then basically I'm just gonna sit here and drill all these holes, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Maybe we'll glue the sockets in on this video, see what happens. I wonder if I can just drill it with just this. I'm going slow with the bit because if I go cramming it in there and it goes shooting through, we're gonna end up with a problem. Perfect. And it looks like we're gonna have plenty of room because that wood's 3.5 inches. And we are only sticking in 1 inch. So 1 inch and 1 inch is 2 inches. That leaves us plenty of room between sockets because these sockets are pretty much gonna be in line with the other side. Okay, so I'm gonna sit here and drill my heart away. And I'll come back once I get all these drilled in. Okay, I have one whole side drilled, and now I gotta drill the other side. Now, I forgot to mention this. You see how this metal's poking through the backside? I'm leaving that because when I stick the socket in there, I'm gonna put some hot glue around it, and what that's gonna do is the hot glue is gonna kind of pour over this rough edge, and it's really gonna secure that socket into there. They already are a tight fit. You could probably just get away with just pushing them in there and leaving them, but I want to put a little bit of hot glue to just secure it more. But you see how these are protruding out, but it's inside of the cabinet. It's inside of where the letter goes. So you have to make sure that you drill your other side the same way. So we want our holes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this bead, put it upside down on this one. Okay, and then if we mark it here, center of the holes, when I take it off and I drill through this, it'll be identical. Does that make sense? So then these will poke in that way and it'll be identical. So that's what we need to do. And what's good is that it lines them up. So I just gotta line the edges of my bees up, and then I can just eyeball the center of the holes, and then that'll be perfectly lined up with one side to the other, or close enough. You're never going to see it both at once anyway, but it makes it a little bit easier for sure. You don't have to measure again. So that's how I'm going to do this side. So I'm going to go ahead and drill these other 3 letters. Okay, let's push some of these sockets in while the hot glue gun is warming up. Like I said, they should hold pretty good. Some of them are a little bit loose. Did I do that one backwards? Uh-oh. If I did one backwards, it's not a big deal. I could just grind down the back carefully, that metal that's sticking out, and put the bulbs in the other direction. I did. That R is backwards. I wonder if I did the B backwards. Yep, not the end of the world. It's fixable. All right, so basically now I'm just going to take hot glue. Hopefully it didn't take a real long time to dry. Sockets are falling back out. Probably should have lined up the wires so they went more of an even straight line. Like I said, you can buy all this stuff on Amazon. The sockets, the bulbs, the metal letters. In fact, I'm going to be doing a gas one. And I'm not sure if I'm going to light it up or not. Might just paint it red. Haven't figured it out yet. Trying to make sure the sockets are somewhat in there straight so that the bulbs aren't all crooked. Luckily the bulbs are round, so it'll be less likely to notice that. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and do all these. Like I said, I'm probably going to I have to reverse this R. This R is fine. This one's backwards. So what I'm going to have to do is pop these out, carefully take my angle grinder and grind this metal in so that I can take this and put it in this direction, which isn't a big deal, not the end of the world. I'll get it handled. So I'm going to work on the other letters right now, and then I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I've got them, all the sockets and all those letters. I need to grind the R so that I can put the bulbs in on the opposite side. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that real quick. Just going to take my little angle grinder here. Much all there is to it. And then they'll slide in this way. No harm, no foul. Nobody will ever know. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these ones in. Okay, they are all done. Just going to let them dry overnight. Now that hot glue is really not serving a huge purpose. A few of the bulbs were loose. For the most part, they pushed in there pretty tight. But what the hot glue is doing is just going to keep them from wanting to walk out. Nobody's going to be messing with it. It's going to be mounted to the wall. So this I flipped it up because if it sticks to the garbage bag on this side, it doesn't matter because that's getting screwed against the wall. So that's it for tonight, guys. I'm gonna put this back in the shop, let it stay in the warm shop overnight. It's getting a little bit cool out. Looks like we might get a frost tonight, or not really a frost, well, you know what I mean. Not really a frost, but where there's dew on the windshields and stuff like that. So that's it, guys. It is almost 11 o'clock. That clock's wrong. It's 10 to 11. I am whooped. Parts are painted for the dually today. Got most of the sign made. Did a bunch of other stuff. Tomorrow in the morning, I want to finish the sign up, wire it, put the bulbs in it, light it up, see what it looks like. I'm going to put a plug on it. Don't know if I'm going to leave a plug on it or not. What I'm going to do in the shop, in the back, with most of my neons and stuff like that, I'm going to hardwire them. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a box in the wall where the neon or the sign is going to go, and I'm going to cut the plug off. I'm going to run it into the box. I bought blank electrical box covers, and I'm just going to drill a hole in the center, run the wire into the box, and wire nut it together. Then I don't have to worry about a plug being behind the sign, making the sign stick away from the wall or anything like that. I bought a plug for this for now. I'll put it on there. If I don't want to use a plug, I can just cut it off. It's not a big deal. I'm going to put the plug above the sign, up high, rather than at the bottom of the sign. And also, if you guys remember, I made that gas pump out of that air compressor tank. I'm going to be making another gas pump out of wood. I saw it today online. I found blueprints. I think it was $19 or $29 for the blueprints. So I didn't even want to try to do it out of my head. I said, screw it. I just ordered the blueprints for it. When they come in, I'm not going to do it for a little while. I probably won't even make it until that back half is done. But what I want to do with it is I'm going to order a globe for it. And what's cool about it is the front face hinges open and there's shelves inside. And I'm going to use that behind the bar to keep the liquor in. So it'll just be a gas pump in the corner. I'll probably angle it in the corner. The globe will light up, and I'll store liquor inside of it so that it's not out in the shelves and stuff like that. You know, this is a shop. I don't want to get dust and stuff all over the bottles, plus, you know, flies or anything like that. Yeah, it's capped up, but still, it's kind of gross. So building this cabinet and then being able to put the liquor in there and shut the door, I think that'd be pretty cool. And to have it kind of look like a gas pump, you know, they look pretty good. So I'm pretty excited to do that project. And like I said, I could have just drawn it out myself and figured it out myself, but I don't know, somebody went through all the work already. It was cheap enough to buy the plans. You know what, why not? It's gonna give me a materials list. It's gonna give me, I don't know if it gives me templates or not, or you know, what it is. I don't know, because I didn't really get to see what the plans look like. I just bought the kit for the plans. So when they get here, maybe I'll just do a quick video on what it looks like so you guys know what's going to be involved with that. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will be back tomorrow to finish up this bar sign, and we're going to light it up, see what it looks like. And I'll probably start on this valance tomorrow. I'm not going to work on the dually tomorrow. I was going to, but I think I'm going to take a break on that for a day. Get this valance welded up. I won't do any body work to it tomorrow, but at least get it welded up. I got to make a video on my other channel tomorrow. I'm working on another arcade game in my basement, so I got to get that done tomorrow. And I probably got to run to Geneva on the Lake and put in a vent for our printer and, I'm sorry, laser engraver and air conditioner. So I'm probably gonna possibly do that tomorrow if I have time. There's never enough hours in the day. As you can tell, it's 11 o'clock at night on Saturday night, and I'm just now quitting. But this is my normal life. I do this every day. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.